Discover cowrie shell divination, ancient wisdom at your fingertips. You set the shells, I decode your answers, love, career, and more. We've got the guidance you seek. Tap into shamanic roots, uncover your inner energy, chase your dreams, learn from the wisdom of tribal mystics, bridging the gap to your potential. Supercharge your experience with us. Book now at tonyad.tv for self-discovery, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe. Inshallah and Ashe, as always, divine wills, blessings to you and for you. I am the Tonya D. I'm your go-to holistic shaman medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a reflector by human design. I'm really a seer into the unseen, dreams, visions, you name it. Loving the goddess of the night. I do follow her, by the way. And if you have yet to subscribe here on YouTube, please do Authenticate. Go ahead and ring that bell if you don't mind. It really assists with the algorithm. And remember, if you would like to join me for a spirit-to-spirit conversation in my online coven, Spill the Tea, go ahead and subscribe to the Musing News at tonyad.tv. Join me in my online theater through Zoom, sipping on some cosmic brewing, if you will, the third Friday of each and every month. The full moon in Cancer will be up soon, along with the Sacred Spirit Circle for the season of Capricorn. The ritual for this moon, I'm bringing back Omen Days. If you were with me last year, I'm going to also share the full pillars, the elements of this full moon as well. Be sure to catch the ritual, share it with your friends and your guests. This one is seriously one of my very favorites. It is super califragilistic, fantastic. But with that, welcome to this mystical Monday, the weekly snippet. And if you are new to my channel, my show, what do I muse about here? What do I even talk about? I bring in the cosmic insights, the stars as an elemental, the planets, the elementals of the galaxy doing their cosmic dance. By design, as a lunar reflector energy, I do follow the moon through the seasons of the gates. I use the Neutrino Design app if you're curious. I truly believe we all have intuitive gifts, and if you are feeling a call to navigate yours, go ahead and take my Change Your Stars quiz. We all are stars, right, on the Spiritual Walk of Fame, to find out your intuitive gift order, psychic ability. It's actually super fun. You'll see videos of me from like 5 years ago, I want to say. But the 4 pillars of destiny, the elementals of the day, and the pathways, the meridians, whether you're tapping, toning, or lighting them up, I'm always asking, as a reflector, I'm very hyper aware of environments, people's, places, things, time. I'm always saying, is this the right time? Am I in the right place? Am I with the right people in the right time, in the right place? I find I prefer to be a hermit. What am I seeing that nobody else can see? What am I sensing? What's the movement I'm creating? What's the solution within the movement that I'm creating? That really is a spirit-to-spirit conversation, but the key is always trusting our intuition. So go ahead and take my quiz, Change Your Stars, to initiate and activate yours. Yours might be just off grid, out of this world. Some of our energetic centers are not on the body. They're actually outside of the body, and they do light up at a different stage. But cleansing our auric field as well. How often do we do that? The etheric body, the etheric highway, also the etheric mirror. Journaling with the moon. Through the seasons and the gates, I was just looking for my new moon manual. I thought I had it, but I'll bring that up in the ritual that I'm going to be doing today. So be super excited and stoked about that. We're tidying up the strings. We're harmonizing our beliefs before we do the dance into the winter solstice, Yule, the season of, I'd say, Odin, the Christ day, or whatever flavor rings your bell. You may feel a tug of responsibility pulling at those strings. It's time to devote or give energy to our gift and our purpose. Realigning by design. What you arrived really upon the planet to do, and I'm super excited. I'm actually going to be doing a blog just about Mercury. If you're not sure what your gift or your purpose is, or if you're living your purpose, be sure to schedule a one-on-one cowrie shell divination. I'll bring out the bones, the stones, the shells, invoking through prayers, so don't put off your desires. The moon today, because I do follow the moon, is in the dreamy sign of Pisces. And as a Virgo rising, Pisces is on my opposing side. I really have, I attract Pisces like flies to a gravitational pull. Just saying. But you may emote spirit. You might even feel spirit. It's like getting an inspirited memo, like you got the memo, you got the download. And we begin to finish the season of our Souls Harmonic, entering into climbing to the top, hardships, goals, achievements. And when I say hardship, I'm like sensing somebody who's very hardworking, reaching to the top of the mountain. I feel like we're going to end an energetic tune-up, attuning to our own rhythmic heart, along with the divine heart, the inspirited heart. The moon's actually going to gravitate and do a cosmic dance with Neptune. The sun's also going to be in alignment, right? A square. So there's a moment of divinely intuitive intervention that creates somewhat of an initiation, remembrance or remembering of why you incarnated. And I'm also going to bring Mercury into this timeline, like the remembering of the words, the memories, the bones as well, bones. Kind of reminds me of Fruit Loops, the toucan, follow your nose. In this case, tune into your feelings. It's a spirit conversation. Conversations with God, intuition comes in a variety of ways. Whether it's a kinesthetic gift, a visual gift, a hearing gift, signs, sigils, I mean, there's so many. So if you're ready to commit to the star that you are, go ahead and take my quiz, change your stars, or join me and change your stars. It's an offering that I have. We really start at the foundation, getting you in tune with your own spirit. Just a few announcements on the menu. Of course, arriving very soon is going to be the full cold moon meditation, along with one of my very favorite all-time rituals for the season. Be sure to tune into this one. It's definitely one. It's actually my very spectacular, very frickin' favorites. I'm going to go ahead and do a debriefing, if you will, of the elementals, the 4 pillars, with the hour for the ritual as well. Not so much for the ritual, but just some elemental insight. I'm going to actually be recording that later today. My weekly podcast episode, I've been kind of on a topsy-turvy myself. If you don't know, my son is actually going through an initiation of a timeline, I must say. But I do have, this is a fantastic episode, 750. First Moon Manual. You can tune into my podcast episodes. You could actually listen to them on Audible, YouTube here, Apple, my website. Donate to the show, buy me a cup of coffee, just saying. It's the week of giving, right? But this artist is Jessica Mendelin. I might say that wrong, by the way. Apologies, Jessica, but you're still doing fantastic. The First Moon Manual, which is something we should all tune into. Where would we be without our divine feminine, the yin energy, the yin fires? Tune in, share it, and love it. It's a fantastic manual, I think, as part of an initiation. I would definitely tune into that, just saying. And cowrie shell divinations, you know I do them. I offer one-on-one soul support sessions, really connecting you to your magic, your medicine, through ritual. And if your soul's at a crossroads, I do actually do them live here in Salt Lake City, Utah, at Crohn's Hollow, or I can do them through Zoom. Just go to my one-on-one sessions on my website and your opportunities there. And as a certified cowrie shell diviner by Elder Malidoma Samay, the Dagara tribe, and Dano, Burkina Faso, West Africa, it's the cosmology of the elementals, which I'm actually going to dive in deep because we're entering into a new year, a new season. It's all about community, and it actually vibrates just as well with Pluto moving into Aquarius, I'll say. You can also browse the Musing Corridor. I do have lots of info there, but I do believe that we are all stars on the spiritual walk of fame, and it really is authenticating, and it's time to be the star, shine our light brighter. Just saying. And on the elemental highway for this day, as always, we've got a yang metal dog of a day. A yang metal dog. Zhangzhou, loyal, courageous. Yang metal is unrefined metal. The dog in our day are part of the western direction. We also do have the east and the north. What am I saying? So the eastern direction would be the yang wood and the rabbit. I would say yang wood is similar to the tiger, and the yin water is definitely direct north. And the rat, just saying. Metal is in decline in the rat month, not necessarily weak, but not as strong either. It's kind of alone. It's somebody who may feel as if they are alone. And if you have a yang day master, You may actually meet a friend today, just saying, because you got that gravitational pull there. You've got like-mindedness. So it's a day to go after our goals, be courageous. You may feel as if you have a lot of willpower, beliefs, and goals that are really starting to become initiated. The dog has Yang fire right below it, Yang earth. And just remember that we do go to the mountain, Yang earth, to tell the mountain our secrets. I'm going to get into the mountain as well, my Mercury little snippet, by the way. But it's also got yin metal, which is a resource that we have to kind of work to get to. It's hidden, so we got to dig for it. And it doesn't come without a cost. We do have fire, which is power to a yang metal or just a metal person. Yin fire actually has the ability to refine the yang metal to make it into something useful, a useful tool, a sword, a knife, even though it's in storage. It's going to get released at the hour of the dragon. That's how these things work. So we may begin to kind of refine our intentions, our goals for this upcoming full moon. And I'm super stoked about my ritual. Be sure to tune in. I'm going to be plugging that through this entire show, just saying. As we revisit the past new moon intentions that we just set, nature or wood to a yang metal day represents our assets, money, prosperity, how we generate wealth, even energy in this case. Energy vitality is nature. You can't see energy, but you can see the effects of it. It's our chi, it's our prana, it's our life force, just saying. So yang wood is wealth that we have to earn. It fights against us. So we might have to kind of chip away to create it. Yin metal, yang wood, or yang metal, yang wood, they clash. They don't get along. And water to a yang metal day is how we create. It's how we perform. It's our performance. So in this case, it's time to actually go with the flow. Water is yin water, so it's like a river flowing, versus yang water, which would be like the big ocean, the galaxy, a tsunami. The rabbit's producing wealth. It's unseen wealth. So this would be assets like inheritance, the lottery, bonuses, stuff like that. Cash that comes towards us, like getting a raise even, something that we actually aren't working for. It's gifted. So you may feel it's time to actually use fire, the power of love, and commit to doing something that you love, that is in divine heart alignment. Purchase something that your heart truly desires. Buy a crystal in its original form. That would represent metal. Fire and metal, breath and spirit. Connect to spirit through your breath work. That's kind of what I'm feeling for this day. I'm super excited. And now off to the messages for this week. I'm super stoked about them as well. Since Mercury is off on holiday, that's what I see, Mercury retrograde at, I'm going to do a blog about Mercury retrograde, a video blog after this. I'm going to have the link for that as well. But on to the messages. The messages for Mystic Monday is the Hanged Man. You can see that. I don't know if you can read it. The Angel of Prophecy, feeling a little prophetic. Believe it or not, I do love that. The 12, it's a 12. This is when things are about to get exciting. They're about to get fun. It's an affirmation for this one would be, I am waiting for a reason and I make the most of the time I am given to gain new insight. So things may be percolating, sensing a little different. It's time for us to see our situation from a different angle. We may need to wait around for a decision, an offer at work, another sign of a commitment. However, while we're kind of waiting in limbo, floating around, is kind of what that feels like, we can use this moment to gain a new perspective on our situation. So you may even consider making a sacrifice. It might feel like a soul sacrifice, if that feels like the best way to actually move forward. So this has a meaning of like spiritual reflections. I'm loving this message, by the way. We do need to be patient to get the answers that we're seeking. These answers are going to come through our guides, our gatekeepers, our guardians, the angels, archangels, ascended masters. So this is all about getting into the flow, letting go, sacrifice, surrendering, compassion, breaking those patterns, even delays. And even if you know you're delayed, there's a gift and a purpose there, and having a new perspective and being detached. It's detachment. Even though the title is the Hanged Man, this is actually a very inner peaceful kind of message, or an outer world peaceful message. What I love about it is it actually echoes the fate of the Norse god Odin, and we're coming upon the Yule, the solstice, which we're kind of on the tides of, right? So he hung upside down from the world tree, offering us that which he was guided to. It's got this prophetic meaning in the runes, which I'm stoked about. He's waiting, actually. He was in waiting, and that brought about the transformation symbolized by the butterfly and the gift of prophecy being prophetic. This reduces to a 3, which is also curiously enough, the number of the Empress, the angel of abundance. The creative mother, the angel of prophecy, is inwardly creative, incubating this self kind of great realization, if you will, the angel of prophecy. So I'm loving that. I hope you are too. And as I scroll on up and grab the next one for Terrific Tuesday, we've got the world. I'm going with the angels, by the way. I forgot to announce that, but we actually have the world. This is the angel of success. So we go from 12, curiously enough, to the 21. I feel like that's a really interesting omen. And then we're going to go back to the 3, because that's what they add to, right? And we're in the season of beliefs. We're in Sagittarius. You cannot make this shift up, right? But an affirmation for Tuesday, a powerful one, is I am blessed with health, wealth, and love. It's the world. The world is always spinning, right? It's never at a standstill. So it's about enjoying our achievements, our accomplishments, and literally looking ahead to our next goals. It's time for new, exciting beginnings. I'm just putting it out there. I'm saying get super excited for my ritual for this full moon in Cancer, the cold moon. It's all about percolating, and I'm going to be recording that shortly, but I'm super stoked about it. But the angel of success brings about the completion, going full circle, fulfillment. Picking up what I'm throwing down, this could be in our relationships. It could be in higher philosophy, knowledge, achievements at work, being honored through gifts and celebrations and parties and ceremonies and social events. That's kind of what the year's about, or at least I hope so, getting out and being in community. They really make us feel valued, right? So this message is also showing us that we are attracting security, value, money, while being in the flow, following our path. So this really is a happy message. It's a celebration. It's the seed of a new idea, a journey, a spiritual path, maybe even a spiritual cleansing. It's the opening up of the infinite possibilities into and out to our future. This really is about the wholeness, the completion, the goals. Look how far you've come. It's the movement, fulfillment, even travel, actually, traveling. So the angel of success is a dancer. It's this energy that's full of joy. I love joy, the joy molecules. This represents the coming together of many aspects of the self, of life. Everything is completed, whether it's body, mind, spirit, soul. It's just knowing that we are whole. We're part of the oneness. So this is a dancer that moves. And as the dancer moves, so does life. Life always moves on. The world is always turning and spinning. And the number 21, this is the last message in the tarot, the major arcana, right? In the sequence, if you will. Kind of reminds me back of the runes. I'm going back to the runes. The shape of the world is actually a 0, echoing 0, the Fool, or the Angel of Innocence, which is curious. And the 21 actually reduces down to the 3, the number of the Empress, creation, the 3. We're in the season of Sagittarius, beliefs, and Jupiter. So it's really like we're tidying up and really get into the circuitry of what we authentically believe. Like, I sit and wonder about my beliefs all the time. I know when something I don't align with, but what do I align with? So we're kind of poised to begin getting ready to be in a new life phase. I feel like this is fantastic because we're kind of tidying up and closing this year out, right? And then on Wizardry Wednesday, which I love, we've got victory. We've got a victory coming. We have got the Ace of Swords. I love that, right? We all need a victory. So this is like, again, the birth of a new victory. Something fantastic is happening under the threads. I'm going with it. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to take it. Yes, I am. I am taking it. The one is when it begins to shine like the sun. This is victory, decisions, having a breakthrough, having some clarity, clear seeing. It's like the sword is a message of certainty, cutting through the unseen, if you will, bringing it to us. It's as if a situation has been maybe stagnating, maybe. So this is kind of a self-assurance that there's going to be a breakthrough. It's going to be swift. An important decision is going to have to be made, and it's actually beneficial, the decision, to us. Give that decision time and space. We're going to see the truth of a situation and really know exactly what to do. Ultimately, this is a success message. Things are successful. Success comes from being clever, having clever thoughts, and just knowing that anything and everything is possible. We are limitless, especially when we put our mind to it. So allowing our brilliance, I love that. It's in my cowrie shell divination. Allowing our brilliance, our intelligence to shine brighter than ever before, and just knowing anything is possible. So it's like a clean break. It's a break from the past, and we just need to understand how to move forward, right? So I'm loving it. I'm taking it. I'm visioning it. It's an amulet as well. Swords are amulets, right? Versus talismans. That's nature. Amulets, right? So agree or disagree. It's okay. It's just my opinion, right? Okay, and then on my fantasy, I love tantalizing Thursday, right? We've got the Fool, the angel of innocence. So this is pretty interesting. We've had 3 of the major arcana messages. Did you notice that? So there's time. This is a powerful affirmation for this one. It's saying that I am free to find my own path, have strength for my journey ahead. You're not a fool. This reminds me of the journeyman in the Fae, if you've tuned in before, the journeyman. But the message from the angels is that we have a brilliant opportunity to begin life anew and know that we can realize our authentic potential if we are willing to take that calculated risk. It really does remind me of the journeyman. I'm not kidding. The angel of innocence kind of marks the beginning of a journey, a new experience. It's like going out like a nomadic adventurer, potentially a new you, getting that new wardrobe, shining brighter than ever before, a new direction in your life, a new chapter, one that's really offering freedom, adventure, authenticity, community, shaking up the threads. But before we can take that leap, kind of like a leap of faith, we need to do a vital check-in and check that what we're doing is actually a little practical and consider carefully any risks that may be at hand. But it's also kind of an energy expression, if you will, expressing their urge to do something possibly eccentric, otherworldly, unconventional. And it doesn't matter our age, right? I find sometimes as we evolve futuristically, my grandma's 98 and she still feels like she's 20. So go figure, right? So this is about being spontaneous, having faith, holding the optimistic venue, the freedom for adventure, taking a risk, and just knowing that we all have the potential for those new beginnings. The 0, the Fool, the angel of innocence. It's about taking that step out into the unknown. It's innocence. It's a thirst for life experience, and it's like pushing us and pulling us, and just it's time to explore, be a pioneer, regardless of challenges or forces of adversity. That's actually signified by the mountains, which I'm going to talk about when I get on to Mercury here. But he's ignoring the wolf that's actually kind of chewing at his heels, warning him of going off the edge, the cliff there. I don't know if you can see that. So this is like knowing that our dreams are really going to carry us onward. It's going to be a great adventure, greater than ever before. And it's beginning. It's beginning to feel a lot like my ritual, just saying. Okay, and then on Fantastic Friday, thanks for tuning in if you've stayed on this far, by the way. We've got the 3 of Cups, time for a celebration, right? It's the kickoff here. So have you noticed how many 3s we've had this week? The 3 of Cups, the 3 in the World from the 21, the 3 in the 12 from the Hanged Man. That's a lot of 3s. That's a lot of body, mind, spirit I'll go with. And this is all happening for us. 3s. It's like 3s to the 9s. Jupiter, Sagittarius. What we believe, our dreams, our wishes, our heart, our higher philosophy, seeing things through the Souls Harmonic, the eye of Creator, scribing with the eye of Creator, just thought of that. Feeling the celebration of the 3, the mystical and the magical. Possibly new friendships, getting out, socializing. That's the season. Maybe some flirtation. Get out there and do your thing. Yeah, this is a fantastic message to kick off the weekend before we do enter into the holiday joy molecules. This is all about joy molecules, predicting joy, happy time, celebration, connecting with friends and your family. I don't know, sometimes that's rough, right? But it's a time to enjoy. It's a time to be social in life and celebrate the good and the gooder times. It's a moment of being really in the flow. Even though the water may be frozen on top, it's moving underneath, and just having energy, vivaciousness, energetic vibes surrounding us as we celebrate seasonal parties. It's the good and the gooder, maybe a wedding. I don't know. My parents got married in December, but it's all about getting together, moving forward, right? And just knowing that if you're single, you may attract another vibration towards you. Enjoy the feeling, be confident, because life is a sensual, abundant energy, and we're under the influence of the Three of Cups. So you might even overindulge, give into a little romantic temptation, but it's time to really get into the flow. I believe the moon is in Taurus, heading into Gemini. So you might have a twist of words with the twist of fate and a new commitment happening. I'm not even kidding though. Be sure to tune into this ritual. It's actually one I do every year for the new year. It's super fun. I hope to see you on the other side. As for affirmations, I tended to say them today with each of the messages. So with that, I say Ashe, make it fantastic. And I'm not sure I'm going to have doing the ritual, so I'm not going to be going live next week. But with that, make it fantastic. Be sure to tune into my ritual because it's fantastic. I'm not even kidding. I'm tooting my own horn. It's not really my ritual. It's just one I do every year. Ashe, blessings.
You know what I mean? Like, we're just told we're so emotional as females, and kind of unfair, right? Like, it's just this unfair way to put females in a box because we feel so deeply, and we have so much to give, and so much love, and so much caring, and those feelings are deep, and then we're told we're too emotional. So I wanted to add my hardest emotions to deal with. Any unusual pain, that's just such an important question because, we're told, oh, your cramps can't be that bad. Honestly, if you have really bad cramps, there's a sign that something might be wrong. Maybe it's not, but maybe it is, and when you track that, you can see a pattern. If it's bad every single month and it's getting worse, or you're feeling it in a certain spot, then you might have something really going wrong. I added a mantra, a quote, or advice to remember: foods that make me feel good and foods that make me feel not so good.